Howdy. Welcome guys to my first ever experience of competitive team fight tactics. I can only see this going extraordinarily well because I've generally not been particularly good at the game. So the format of this tournament is that its top 4 go through to the next round, bottom 4 get unceremoniously kicked out. There's 2 games going at the same time. Let me just get across to the actual game display itself. There we go. You might change this down to window mode so I can be looking at other stuff while this is going on. So yeah, see how it goes. I feel like I'm much better at other auto chesses than I am at Teamfight Tactics. I've got myself, it doesn't actually, I've tried to capture it but it doesn't seem to show up. I've got a little reference tool which I'm going to use for checking in what everything does. Because though I should probably know it by this point, I sometimes still forget. And yeah, hopefully make some friends along the way. Myself and Pete. Oh, hey Pete Ward. So this is a free tournament. I'm just kind of practicing. It's a free tournament without any prizes. So I'm just kind of practicing competitive TFT. This is all run through the TFT tournament Discord, but they just run tournaments there. So probably looking for a sword or a bow. Both are fine. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. Starting things off well. So Pete Ward, if you want to be my co-pilot for this one, then I'd be more than grateful. Alright, well, we've got a bow which we could turn into a, if we get a hold of a recurve bow, we could turn it into a Gwinsu's. We could potentially do, or if we get a hold of the Giant's Belt, we can get the Morellonomicon, which is a pretty cool one, which lets us do big AoE damage. That's really much more of a thing later on. Oh, there we go. We could go for an early item. So this is the part where I don't really understand the game well enough to know what the right sort of decision to go for here would be. But alright, let's give this a try. So let's go for an early stack in for gunslingers. So we'll go for an early item as well. So with these 2 gunslingers, they're both going to have the percentage chance of attacking another enemy. I kind of like Graves. That gives us an incentive to go. We can either go towards more yodels or we can go towards more pirates. Pirates are usually... Of course I'm a mole diver. Well, it's adorable. I kind of regret now I didn't go for the one which was the... Oh, this is a really nice item setup. So Graves has got a particular interaction with one called the red buff. So if I can get a... Because his attack hits 3 people. Oh, there we go. Nice. It does a burn effect. So if we can get a Giant's Belt, we can put it on him and he can start hitting 3 people and not only doing them all burn damage, but then cutting down their healing as well. There's not really any reason for us not to just grab as much random stuff as we can at this point. We could put our chain vest onto Graves. I think we'll hold off and see if we get anything else that might combo together. Oh, and we also... Okay, so that's something else to remember is that we actually leveled up. Wasn't paying attention to that, and probably need to avoid doing that in the future. We've got a pretty good start, so I'm guessing that going for a more aggressive early strategy would make sense, where we try and win rather than trying to stack up as much gold as possible. So I think that's what we're going to go for. There's another gunslinger, who is okay. Might be able to get away with it. So this is our first one against humans, so let's put our armor onto our Graves, because that's... Armor isn't necessarily hugely prioritized, so we can just throw it out without worrying about necessarily having to change over. I don't know if we really need another tank, but I think a 3rd gunslinger is kind of cool. Because we're going to get maximum use for our synergy. So, what is this person's formation? Okay, we managed to cancel out their ultimate. They have got... Is this 2 level 2 knights? No, just 1. Oh, excellent. Lucian survived. So there we go. We won our first round. Yeah! I'm amazing at video games. Round 1 rapid fire cannon Italy. Yeah. That's something to look forward to, I suppose. So if we flog our stuff here, we could go up and start racking up some income. We haven't really got anything too much to buy. I would maybe like to have more of a front line, but that's not really on offer here. We're nowhere near getting yordles or pirates or nobles. We could get some other stuff, but all this, I think the most appealing one would maybe be Emblem. Hey, MK Water and Earth Smith. Yes, I remember you. You're the person who had... Oh, that's the item, which one of the items we're looking to get. Okay, we're gonna get out. We're gonna get destroyed. I forgot that I usually go for a economy strat, which is trying to get as much stuff as possible. I forgot that I need to actually spend money to make that viable. Yes, Water and Earth, I sure do remember you. And your many, many ideas. So we're going to sell our stuff to get up to 10. And then, hopefully, get ourselves a little bit more money. So, because this is a tournament, and we're playing in an official competitive capacity, we probably want to lose the next round then. Because we'll be able to get the best stuff out of our carousel that's coming from the next round. Let's take a look at what everyone else is building. So, random stuff, random powerful stuff. That's the... So, Knight Heavy, random powerful stuff, Wild. So, Knights are fairly heavily subscribed. Oh, we also forgot we still have to make use of all 4 of our guys. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go out very well for us. We need a front line of some kind. Yeah, Water and Earth, have you experienced Teamfight Tactics before? Alright, so we're quite low down on here. I imagine, let's see... I think we probably want to get a bow, which is coming round. Okay, no, not going to happen anymore. Alright, in that case... Oh, no, not going to get that either. Okay, well we can get our Graves thing going with the Giant Spell. This is something which I figure you need to have a good handle on, which as of yet I don't, which is one of the reasons why I'm streaming this rather than just doing it offline, is to try and make sure I've got myself in the right sort of headspace where I'm thinking about how I'm going to be approaching stuff rather than just kind of having it happen or not happen. So there's our second Graves. And I think maybe we just need to find something to put in the way. So let's see, we'll keep going around again. So they've got, so Warwick, so Wild is fairly heavily subscribed, so maybe we don't want to go too heavily in there. Okay, so they've gone for Heavy Pirate. So there we go, so you see Graves here is doing like massive damage across the team. It's really, really good. There we go, smashed them! Smashed them! Marvellous. So we're pretty close to building up towards... Ideally, we'd like to be able to get up to that 4 Gunslinger synergy. And or get our Graves going. Apart from that, it's pretty open. There we go, that's that 4th Gunslinger. And this also potentially puts us in a position where we could do some other stuff. So we could build into Yordles, which is what we get from that. Next round we could buy up. We're going to be going into Golems next round, which is our PvE round. So we'll definitely buy up there. For now, there's not too much for us to gain. Right, so now we've got the Gunslinger, we've got we've got 4 gunslingers. We should be able to do a lot of damage in a hurry, and we are. So we're going up against a person who is lower than us. And they've got a decent item for their niddly, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, Water and Earth, if you've got any ideas for what you... I don't know if you play Teamfight Tactics or not, but if you do, then maybe you've got some ideas for this as well. Alright, let's go up a level, let's upgrade our Duty Man. And now we can start building in towards the other stuff. So if we go towards Yordles, probably. I kind of like demons, but we haven't seen too many of them. Let's just grab both, and then we've got a random level 2 Warwick knocking around, but what can you do, huh? So we're close to Yordle and we're close to Pirate Synergy. We would need to get a pike, and pikes are pretty high priority for a lot of people. So yeah, let's see. A bit of a problem with... Oh, no, we did pretty well off this round. Okay. So a needlessly large rod doesn't have any obvious synergies for us. Apart from, so Kennen, if we can keep him alive for any amount of time, which will be a lot easier if we get another Yordle into play, then they've got this big AoE effect, which is very, very good if we can combo it together. So we've got some incentive to go towards demons. So this guy here is a gunslinger and a blade master. Gunslingers and blade masters have a decent crossover synergy with each other. So we could just sell all of that stuff and econ up a bit more. We'll see what happens. If we win this round, I'd be more willing to just sell off one of the Tristanas. If we don't win, then I think I'd have to go for something else. Oh good, cancelled out the Kennen. So STRs is the tournament admin who is taking part in today, so let's get rid of one of our Kennens. That gets us up to 30, and we're in a pretty good spot. So we're winning some of this stuff, but we're also econing. Let's check back in with the, once we've done our buys, the other players, so we can upgrade our dude here. And I think we could sell off to get more. We could sell that demon potential angle in order to... Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright, let's check and see what the top guys are doing. So, they are also going for gunslingers. That's not so good news, because they'll have more... If they're winning, they'll have more money to take them out from underneath us. These guys are going for random stuff currently. These guys are also going for gunslingers. Ugh. We might need to pivot at some point, because... Yeah, they literally have got exactly the same strategy that we do. And that generally is bad for everybody involved. Well, that could have been worse. We are econing a bit. So, I'm going to try and figure out where we can go differently. Because, yeah, we're going to have to fight I really wish it was a school war, but we're going to have to fight everyone for all the gunslingers. We can see that they've got a bunch of gunslingers. So it looks like one of them is pivoting to rangers, which might be the way we should go. There is our third Yordle. I think maybe we hold off on that for now, though. And see if we can grab a round. We're not too worried about winning here because we're going to be going onto a... Hey Davian, good to see you. We're going to be going on to the carousel round next, so being low on the scoreboard is totally fine. Oh gosh, I sure do enjoy being crowd controlled forever. So Glacial is being used by the top person. Okay, sure no. Davian, do you play Teamfight Tactics? I don't know if I should maybe be trying to explain it a little bit more. If you want it to be explained, please do say, and I'll get all over that. Right, so we could go for... I think that's a pretty good shout to go for Cho'Gath here. That big purpley guy. Alternatively... Alright, I think Cho'Gath is reasonable. I feel like maybe Brawlers are something you could bring into our composition. And Cho'Gath's ultimate is just very, very strong. We could have gone for a Yordle there, which might have been... I think we'll probably be able to get the third Yordle fairly easily. The Yordle synergy is very, very good if you can get 6 of them, but that can take a very long time. Oh, actually there are some gunslingers knocking around. Okay. We're 1 round away from probably leveling up. Do we want to spend some money at this point? I don't think so. I imagine we probably want to start... I think I'll spend money once we get to the next round. I think a bit of a gamble with the Kennen. If you get his ult off, he's pretty good. So we're against Zuki, who is just roughly where we are. Yeah, so they've got the Kennen in play, which is pretty strong. I feel like we're maybe not building towards a particular composition, which is not great. Okay, so we can level up, boink boink, and maybe start getting stuff that's kind of good now. Okay, that's a couple of decent things. We could start going towards Blade Master. I think that's a decent idea. I don't think we're going to get to a level 3 of Graves, so probably start selling stuff. So, oh, I also forgot again that the next level was there. Kennens everywhere. Ugh. No, he just lost to someone who wasn't even trying to win. Oh man, I don't have anything to sell. Alright. You're the lucky one, I suppose. Alright, so maybe we start going towards Glacial. Kindred is very, very good. So let's take a quick peek. So all of these guys are going to jump to our back. One of the reasons why I'm playing in this tournament is just to kind of get more used to the idea of playing in a tournament at all. Okay, so that's not a great combination. Oh, okay. Looks like we are going to get access to those pirates. We could go towards Rangers. We could give that a try. I'm really running into the whole thing of not knowing what kind of competition I'm trying to go for. Oh, we found someone who can beat Peter Quill, who is... I say beat. At least go relatively even with.
Swiftly now, the dark should fear.
I think Rangers might be more open. Okay, I don't think we're going to get a gangplank.
Rally to me. United we are stronger.
So, could go towards sorcerers, or at least just chuck that in as a optional extra. Ah, crap, didn't quite get in at the upgraded cannon before, ran out of time. Interesting formation they got going there. I think that actually ended up sort of helping. Oh, I completely forgot to upgrade my cannon to have his... Alright, well I'll do that next. So if I upgraded my cannon, he'd be doing a lot more damage with the giant's belt over here. It also make him survive a lot longer. Okay, so actually going to start spending some more items. So if we switch off of
I was forged by
some of the stuff entirely, and starting on the glacial, because I think glacial might actually be a thing we can build. So maybe we go for glacial and then Yodel. But I don't think the gunslinger stuff's working out at all. Alright, let's see if we can take a divergence into Sorcerer Yodel, and otherwise we'll just lose instead. I mean, at least we've got a couple of worthwhile sorcerers. I'm not sure our gunslingers are really doing anything anymore at all, because we've been cut too heavily on other people wanting the same stuff as us. So let's chuck away most of this stuff. That gets us up there. Let's spend some money. Get a Yodel synergy going. Alright, this might be a very good opportunity to just die now. Okay, we got our knock up through. Hey, we actually won. That's good, because otherwise we would have died. That's going to be the case for pretty much the rest of the game. Okay, well that was goofy. It somehow still worked, but I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not. So apparently we're Yodel sorcerers now. That's good news. Nice. Cannons should do pretty well there. So I think we're dead, which Should I call something? I think might need to tighten up my formation a little bit. Oh, thank goodness. I was really looking for a appropriate URL. Alright, well we probably should be alright for this round, so... Oh wait, we got... Okay, we got 4 sorcerers going, so we can swap out the... I think that these, well, I can make another Frozen Heart with these, and I think that actually stacks up, so let's give that a try. And that can create some big messes. Okay, so that's... So we don't actually need this. Kale is very, very good. Did that get in time? No. Okay, well the Sorcerer effect lets you stack up the extra damage. So it's very nice for doing AoE effects like that. I think we might still lose. Oh no, we're still alive. Cool. Charlie Smith, you reckon... Better spend the money next upgrade. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. Actually, I think we are starting to run into people who are doing some silly AoE stuff, so... I think maybe this guy could go back here. Maybe we could bring in the... I think maybe I need to protect my... Oh, never mind. Well, that'll do me. So we didn't make it to top 4. Alright, well... That was part of the experience, I suppose, of playing in a tournament, is just kind of freaking out because of the implied pressure, even though the there wasn't really any pressure to be had. Whew. Alright, well, that's an interesting experience. I was like, yes, Chaz, I was like, I'm pretty sure I know who that is, but my mind was elsewhere. So that will be the end of the first attempt at a tournament run. Fortunately, these are free entry tournaments, so I'll have to spend some time off stream practicing and trying to actually get decent in the game. I don't know, maybe I should play... Let's get out of this pie. I'll play one more game of just regular TFT. And see if I can work on my stuff a little bit. So, let's see. I think what we did well in the last game was going around and figuring out what the other people were playing. I think our formation stuff wasn't that great. I think with it ended up being actually a very Kennen-centric composition, and that meant that I think ultimately putting him right. I think if I put him right on the front line with more defensive items, it would have been alright. Like, maybe... I think he worked better as a second line unit, even though it means that his extension on his ultimate is much, much lower, as in you're only going to hit their frontliners. But if you... because you've got to not only take enough damage to be able to get your ultimate live, but also survive long enough for it to actually do anything. I think probably second line is better, especially because it works so well on anyone who's going to jump into your lines and start murdering your backline. I think something else that works quite a long way is to go and watch other people like Hafu and other people who are playing TFT and just who are willing to explain their thought process. There's a few different kind of angles that I think are... sorry, the reason why I'm sort of talking so much is because I'm trying to figure out what I would be saying if I was trying to cast TFT. Which I think is probably like Hearthstone, where you only really can be a particularly good caster at it if you're pretty knowledgeable about the game. So I think knowing all of the broken item combinations, or at least good item combinations, gives you an angle you can approach. All of the synergies and cross synergies with each other. I think you've got to have a good handle on those as well mentally. So you can look at someone's composition and say, oh yeah, they're missing X or Y. Like, I get ideally specifically what they're missing. Like, as opposed to, they need a third sorcerer. You could say, they need a third sorcerer, and at the level they're at the moment, that's not gonna happen for a while. And just stuff like that. So I suspect a lot of research is going to be involved. Probably going to have to write my own guide for myself, which is what I tend to do. It's just like use OneNote or something similar to set up a guide to the game, where by writing things out and explaining it to myself, I get a relatively good handle on how the game itself works, which in a way that sticks in my brain. There's of course the big thing is going to be the next League of Legends patch, which is going to introduce ranked mode for TFT. That should be pretty good. There's a lot of changes coming as well in terms of how the game plays, so that should be good. Alright, so probably want to go for anything that's got a... Okay, I tried the greedy approach there, which was to go around the outside and try and get hold of a bow. I thought that might go poorly, but as it was totally fine. So, non-obvious... Well, so from here, I guess the main thing I'd be looking for is a second recurve bow, or maybe a leniously large rod to get me off and go in there. If I picked up a chain vest, that's got some interesting stuff going on there as well. There's always the possibility of picking up a spatula and turning that into a blade master thing, which is really only that useful if you're going to combine blade masters with ranged units like rangers or gunslingers, because you can double up on the effect and get some cool stuff going. Speaking of, it looks like this game wants us to go for gunslingers, because we're going to be able to get for an instantaneous level 2 graves. And then from there, who knows? Who knows, honestly. The nice thing about TFT as well is you can easily just put the chat, or you could, theoretically you could put the chat over the window and not really lose anything, because there's a lot of free space on the screen. A lot of it. So oh, there we go. So that's would give us the Phantom Dancer, which is alright. Or we could go for the Giant's Belt, which lets us enhance our graves to do a lot of extra damage. So I think we'll go for that. That seems pretty good. Let's just grab a couple of random things. Sell this one off and go for some early ruthless aggression. So if we can get more health stuff, we can get that red buff to make our graves super, super broke. So we really need another gunslinger. Oh yes, Charlie. Chaz, rather. You're right, you could have just sold the Ari earlier. Though I suppose in this case it doesn't matter, but it's worth being aware of that kind of stuff. Actually, it would have been better because we would have got that early access. So that is Chain Vest and needlessly large rod. That's well, that's okay. That's yeah, that's not particularly good. Okay, so what can we go for here? Still not seeing any more gunslingers, but we could build up sorcerer synergy. Or glacial synergy. Let's try the glacial stuff for now. So Graves doesn't directly benefit from the needlessly large rod at all because unfortunately his buckshot doesn't have any AP scaling that I'm aware of. Okay, so I think we should be able to beat pretty much anyone early. We got away with not leveling up, which is, if we kind of go for a heavy early aggression stuff, we probably should be. So what are other people who are doing well going for? Oh, let's look confusing. Look in a minute. Guess we might as well go back for our sorcerer as well. Okay. Well, we're certainly getting a lot of these guys. 2, 2, 2. So I think we could sell all of this stuff. We could stick the... Yeah, let's stick the chain vest on this boy already because he's basically our entire composition. And then next time round, if we end up winning... I guess either way around we're probably going to end up selling this stuff, so I might as well just sell it now. Try to get up to that 10 gold. Nice thing about Graves as well, having no mana, is that the very, very popular Kassadin, who's great at messing up early compositions, doesn't really do anything to him. We really need that second gunslinger though. Oh jeez. We got absolutely spanked. So the Sword of the Divine is not very popular, but I think it might be better than people give it credit for. Oh, there we go. Okay, so from here we can probably have a little peek into wild stuff, just because Nidalee kind of has the same sort of item set as Tristana does, so it doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world to just have that option be open in case it suddenly turns out to be really open itself. So we've got random stuff wild. Heavily, okay, so wild is pretty heavily on the top end. The only problem with having your carry on your front line, of course, is that your carry is on your front line. So they've gone for the multiple? Oh jeez. Multiple guys. So for anyone who's tuning in now, this is no longer the tournament, but I decided to do one more game to make it a bit more worthwhile on the stream. So what were we looking for? We were looking for health, and there it is. Possibly a little short-sighted, but eh. It's okay. So we haven't got any items which we're trying to complete apart from that one. I mean, maybe it would have been better to get spatulas, but I don't have any specific spatula plans as of yet. So the spatula, I don't think can make you... No, the spatula is very specific, so it can make you a blade master, but it can't make you a gunslinger. Alright, so... Okay. Apparently wild's still a thing. Is there anything else we can be grabbing? Alright, well let's get our shitty boy upgraded. We probably want to try and keep... So our formation is going to hopefully try and keep a little bit of pressure off of Graves while he's fighting, because of so much of our damage is locked behind him. I don't want him to be completely swamped by people. Oh, this is great. So a very heavy tank composition is going to be terrible against what we've got going on because we're going to hit them for percentage health damage. The Shen isn't ideal. Okay, no, I think we might still lose anyway. Oh. Warwick's doing a good job. So if we lose this, we're not going to lose it by very much. So we're pretty open as far as our synergies go. We could grab a... Got anything goofy we can go for? So Pike could be a good complement to what we've got going on. Gives us a way to get into stuff later on. So let's give that a try. I'm not super in love with what we're doing right now, which is again just sort of random stuff, but we might get away with it. I think we maybe can get up to so it's 5 versus 4, so that seems a little unlikely to actually win. Yeah. Alright, at least we can get up to 30 gold. And it won't be so bad. Okay, until we get any... So we could switch across to Yordles, if need be. Oh. Speaking of. So maybe if we can get the pirate thing going, that'd be kind of nice. Let's take a look around and see what other people are doing. So they've gone for, top player is going fully wild. Lower player is going for gunslingers. Knights. And then random stuff. And whatever that was. Okay, well our composition got through that intact. So I'll call that some kind of win. I don't know if I should be searching for pirates at this point. Let's see. So info charts. Well, it's a very strong temptation to just keep on stacking up the gold. Because I'm pretty close to cap there. Actually, let's swap this out and get the brawler bonus going on. There we go. That's at least us synergy. It's gonna give us a bunch of bonus health. Oh, and we also could have brought in a level 2. Man, Graves is doing work. Alright. That's good with me. Oh, so if we're trying to build up towards a carry Tristana, we're going to need to get a bow at some point. I think that's got to be our priority. Alright. Ain't gonna spend... Do I want to spend? That's good. Let's build towards my level 3s a little later on. You could go for void stuff, potentially. I think the other people have been sitting on. So let's again, it's wild. There is one upgraded cast in. So we're looking at wait. What? That's a weird composition. Okay, well, it's functional for now. I guess, I don't know, just random stuff composition? Okay, they are at the bottom of the table, so certainly a place that we're familiar with. So we could go for... So we got some of that sort of stuff going here. Rangers and gunslingers can go together. Well, that went well. I think I can beat up the people who are a lot lower than I am, but probably not people who are not. Okay. So Sejuani is looking pretty good. Sell for a decent amount of money. Oh wait, and I'm just gonna have to take what I can get, aren't I? Because I didn't realise I was quite as hard at the table as I was. There you go. Yeah, there's no way Sejuani stayed alive. So I think my best return here could be on... Nope, never mind. Alright, spatula it is. I'm not sure exactly what I'd be going for spatula-wise, but it gives us a few more options. We've got another round of PvE coming up to grab some more items, so who knows, honestly. Okay. We could try and build more into the brawler stuff. Let's give it a go.
Here comes the boom.
Okay, well that level 3 Graves is looking a little bit less unrealistic. Who are we up against? Oh, so it's quite a lot lower than us. Alright, well, let's see.
None can hide.
Though many try.
So that gives us our brawler stuff straight away. We could start using a couple of those guys, build up towards maybe Elementalist later on. I'd quite like to maybe get some glacial stuff going on, but I think I've passed up on some things maybe that I shouldn't have. David Font, so this is one of the bottom table players. Unfortunately, Graves has ended up in a bit of an awkward spot where he's not going to do anything. So something we could do, which is very goofy but can sort of work quite well, is do the old. Oh yes. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Wow, that was really lucky actually. Maybe we do need to be building up some kind of ranger stuff going on. It looks like Wild, for whatever reason, has become kind of free. I could use that as a thing.
Let's see what they're made of.
I don't know if this is a really dumb idea or not. Also, I should have spent out that and... Oh boy. That was not very smart of him. So I didn't put Next person, I also didn't modify my formation at all. Jeez. Alright, well, I think that was probably not the wisest of ideas. Man, Volibear seems to be the only person really doing anything with my composition. I feel like I've got to be doing something else than what I'm doing, but
Always think wrong. Tremble at my roar.
heck if I know what it is. Oh boy. So one of the reasons why I really wanted to get the glacial synergy going is because of Volibear's ability to apply his stuff across the team. And that will include the glacials from what I understand. So if I can pivot into a glacially team, that would be lovely. Oh, that's a good start. Let's see, so that's my current items would allow me to access Sorcerer. Okay. So we're currently on 2 brawlers. I think that maybe I could shift. Oh, actually, I could take Graves stuff away and put that on. If I want to pivot entirely, I could take Graves stuff away and put it onto Volibear. I'm kind of getting a little bit desperate here, so I might try something that goofy. I'm close to having a level 3 Graves, so that's less appealing than it might be otherwise. Alright, let's see if we can get anything good. Oh, alright, let's just grab a recurve bow. We could have got ourselves some demon synergy, but unfortunately that doesn't really do anything for us. We could have also leveled up our, oh maybe we should have leveled up our kindred with that one there. Alright. No. I might actually be able to build towards something interesting there. Alright, let's spend down a little bit and see if we can find anything relevant.
Swiftly now.
Nice! Kale intervened to keep our Graves alive for a second. Alright. Sure it worked. So I think we're going to be getting a level 3 Volibear anytime soon, sadly. But we can switch out for someone who actually does something. I feel like in an ideal world we'd have a bit more going on there, but I think too many other people have gone for the oh jeez. I think too many other people have gone for the grave stuff to be able to, for us to be a realistic possibility that we're going to end up with it.
Swiftly now.
The dark should fear
I
me.
think, well, if we switch out graves for Volibear, then we could start bringing in rangers rather than gunslingers. I think might be the right move. Screw it. What's the worst that can happen? Losing. That's probably already happening. So let's get rid of all of this stuff. And bring in a ranger.
Swiftly now.
The dark should fear me.
Oh yes, and we forgot to bring in somebody there. No.
No one is still alive.
Wow, that was a good haul. Okay. So that's gonna go on our Kale.
I was forged by winter.
So that gives us a bit of a beefier front line. Probably looking for...
United we are.
Huh, okay.
They will be purified.
Wait, why are we doing that when we could be doing this? Okay, I think we've got a decent place to start from. Let's see. So oh well, that didn't work out at all. Oh well, I think the idea of trying to pivot was good at least. So that's enough getting smashed for now, I suspect. Yeah, I'll try to do some more TFT streaming in the future, and hopefully I will not get totally destroyed in future tournaments. Who knows? Cheers, guys.